We have some major updates of mixed martial arts, starting with the news. Dana White named his top 3 pound-for-pound fighters. Look at it. These are the official UFC rankings. The top 3 are, first, Islam, followed by Alex, and third one is John. Now, during an interview with Robbie Fox, Dana reversed this order, naming John Jones as number 1, Alex as 2nd, and Islam as 3rd.
And really, come on, look with me, right? You look at if you look at the pound for pound,
Yeah, I'm looking at
right? How that really should go is 3-2-1, right?
Yeah.
John Jones is the pound for pound best fighter in the world. Alex actually moved 2 different weight classes, went up. And is willing to fight at heavyweight, saying, I will fight at heavyweight. So he's definitely number 2. And I love Islam. I'm not trying to shit on Islam. Islam is number 3.
Merab Dvalishvili revealed Topuria dominated him in sparring. There are only a few hours left until O'Malley's fight with Merab. In the meantime, Merab has made a statement. In the latest episode of the Pound for Pound podcast, Merab said that there's no chance he might fight Ilia Topuria because Topuria is much better than him. He also says he could potentially move down to flyweight, but doubts he'll ever challenge for a featherweight belt. He said, I've sparred with Topuria and he completely beat me. He's stronger than me. I feel good at my current weight class, 135 pounds, and I don't think I'll move up to fight for the title at 145. I'm not ready for fighters like Volkanovski or Max Holloway yet. Maybe someday, but not now. If I go on a diet, I might even move down to 125 pounds. Justin revealed his potential next opponent for a fight. Since being brutally knocked out at UFC 300, Justin has been in recovery, but it seems he is now well on his way to come back. We might see him fight at the beginning of next year. In a recent interview, Justin mentioned that for his next fight, he is considering Charles Oliveira, Alexander Volkanovski, Dustin, or Dan Hooker.
I said I was gonna take 6 months before I sparred. It's been 4, and I'm gonna have a difficult time making it 6 months because I'm itching, but I think I'm going to give it another month before I spar and then get back into camp. So we'll see. There's kind of like another opportunity for somebody like how Dustin Poirier stepped in. There's not a clear contender. So I think, obviously I have to fight and win. I'm right back in there.
Does a name like Dan Hooker make sense to you?
Yeah, Dan Hooker. I have a list. I think Hooker, Oliveira, Poirier, and Volkanovski is a list of 4 people that I think any of those would do for me what I need to do to get back in the picture. So.
Sean O'Malley clears the air between him and Henry Cejudo. Back then, 4 days earlier, O'Malley appeared on the Pound for Pound podcast, and just seconds after the podcast started, he trolled Henry in an epic way and left.
Sugar Sean O'Malley. O'Malley!
Boys, you guys know I'm a very, very busy man. I'll keep this short. I came here for 2 reasons. 1, to praise you, Kamaru. You're an absolute legend. And 2, Henry, how'd you let Aljo take you down so easy? You're welcome!
Oh, shit. Did we lose him?
Now, O'Malley explains why he doesn't like Henry. In a recent conversation with Daniel Cormier, O'Malley said he dislikes him because he thinks Henry acts too full of himself, bragging about being a great fighter and helping others like John Jones. O'Malley feels Henry isn't as good as he claims and calls him a weasel because of his attitude. That's the main reason why O'Malley doesn't like him.
Henry, he's gonna be at home streaming this fight illegally because he can't afford it, on his couch, kicking his feet up like this. Henry is just a little weasel, and I don't like that guy.
What makes you not like him so much?
I don't know if it's his face or just his, you know what it is? It's his attitude. And he rubs a lot of people wrong. He's got this big ego, and he's like, oh, I'm the man of fighting, and I'm pound for pound, and teaching John Jones how to fight. It's like, bro, you're not that good. Yeah, you won a couple fights, but you're not that good. He's talking about going down to 25 because I'm running the division. But he's like, oh, I want to fight Sean. You don't want to fight me. He doesn't want to fight me. I'm a nightmare for him. He's like, oh, I'll take you down, hold you down. Cool. I'll get up and kill you. Like, you suck. Henry sucks.
Meanwhile, O'Malley also trolled Conor McGregor. As many of you might know, there has been a lot of back and forth between the two for a while. Recently, O'Malley took another jab at it. Take a look.
Literally 2 different people in and out of camp. Out of camp, I try to do as much in-camp shit as I can without getting burnt out. But it's honestly so hard to... It would be hard to live like I was in camp all the time. It's so much... I guess it'd probably be better for me. I let myself get a little more loose, let the hair down a bit, as Tim would say. And the boys want to go to the club, and I'm like, no. And then they're like, come on. I'm like, fine. Then we'll go to the club once. Then your sleep gets up one day. Then you got a little bit of anxiety. Oof. Leads down. And then you're Conor McGregor 3 weeks later. Jesus.
Dana White finally announced Michael Chandler's next opponent. Looks like Chandler might have a fight in the UFC after years. Recently, Robbie Fox revealed that Dana White has announced Michael Chandler's fight with Charles Oliveira at Madison Square Garden. On the other hand, there's still a chance Chandler could fight Conor McGregor. This fight with Oliveira is to keep Chandler active, according to Dana.
All right, I just got off the phone with Dana White, and we got to issue a quick correction on the breaking news that Conor McGregor will not fight Michael Chandler in his UFC return. Dana said there was a little misunderstanding in our exchange. That fight still may happen, but Michael Chandler is taking a fight first. He's getting a fight first, and it will be against Charles Oliveira in a 5-round co-main event at MSG. The Conor fight still may happen in the future, but Michael Chandler is taking that fight first. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Conor. He's not going to be back till 2025. But yeah, that is the correction. He may still fight Michael Chandler in his UFC return, but Chandler's taking a fight first.
McGregor responded to this by saying, Chandler saw that takedown, getting stuffed and mauled and officially dipped. Little fat I'm at the Hard Rock Hotel, Florida for the bare knuckle tonight. Got tested earlier today by DFSA. Give me my date. Later, Chandler explained why he took that fight. He said he took a break from chasing the title to try and fight Conor McGregor, but now he has a chance to go for the title again. If he beats Charles Oliveira, he'll be the #1 contender. After that, he could fight Islam or Arman for the title. Or if Conor gets things sorted out, they might finally have their fight.
At the time that I signed with the UFC, Khabib Nurmagomedov, champion. Justin Gaethje, #1, fought him. Dustin Poirier, #2, fought him. Charles Oliveira, #3, fought him. Conor McGregor had a fight booked, he pulled out. #5, Tony Ferguson, fought him. #6, Dan Hooker, fought him. That is why I'm fighting Charles Oliveira. See, I think you guys have forgotten over the last year or so who Michael Chandler is. From October of 2020, I signed with the organization in September. From October of 2020 to November of 2022, in a 25-month span, I did 6 training camps, 1 backup fight for the world title fight, 5 fights in 25 months, 4 fight of the night or performance of the night bonuses, 2 fight of the year candidates, 1 fight of the year against Justin Gaethje, 1 KO of the year against Tony Ferguson, 1 debut of the year against Dan Hooker, debut of the year, fight of the year, knockout of the year in 25 months. That is why I'm taking the Charles Oliveira fight. Why? Because I took a quick little detour to chase this thing, the opportunity of The Ultimate Fighter, 6 weeks filming The Ultimate Fighter, then 12 hours, 12 weeks on ESPN on The Ultimate Fighter 31. Then we did a reaction show with huge guests like Nate Bargatze and Jelly Roll and Brantley Gilbert and Russell Dickerson and all these different guys. I got more promo, more eyeballs, more of everything in the last year and a half than I would have gotten with 3 fights. And now I get the opportunity to take a title run. I beat Charles Oliveira, I become the #1 contender. I beat Charles Oliveira, I can choose to go fight Islam or Arman. I believe it's going to be Islam. Or if Conor can finally get his house in order and put together a training camp and show up to a fight, maybe I go fight Conor and we finish The Ultimate Fighter 31. This is the ultimate bet on yourself. See, I think you guys have forgotten who I am. I was the guy who bet on myself and walked onto the University of